What's going on, Niner faithful in YouTube, and to everybody watching this video that's an NFL fan. Before we get this video started, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Niner J49. I've been a diehard Niners fan since 2010, and I cover the 49ers on this channel. Excuse me, I cover the 49ers on this channel, and every really NFL team, every breaking news, segment that goes on in the NFL, but in today's video, and before we jump any further, make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are an NFL fan. Like I said, I cover the Niners and a bunch of other NFL teams, breaking news. So if you guys love football and you're a Niners fan, or if you're not a Niners fan, if you're just an NFL fan in general, please subscribe down below. And make sure you leave a like on this video before clicking off of it. Now, today's video is going to be my Week 17 NFL picks, the last game of the regular season and the season finale of the 49ers, because obviously we're not going to the playoffs considering we don't have a good enough team to, and for one, obviously Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL. So, Week 17 picks. First game we got here, it's a 1 o'clock game, and it's Dolphins at Bills. I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one. I think they have a better overall team. I don't think the Bills, I don't really know what happened to the Bills, but I don't think the Bills are a good team whatsoever. So I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins in this one. Next game we have Lions at Packers. Packers are playing at home. They've been on a roll since the Mike McCarthy firing, and I'm going to take the Packers at home. I just don't think the Lions are a good enough team to beat the Packers. So I'm going to go with the Packers in this one. The Jets at Patriots. There was a report saying that Todd Bowles was going to be fired, but I'm not going to release. I will cover that. I will cover that firing in a different video until it's actually official. It was just like a report that came out that Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport tweeted, and I'm not going to cover that until the Jets actually fire Todd Bowles, which would probably be. They said it was going to be after tomorrow's game against the New England Patriots, but. So I'm going to guess it's probably after that game. They'll probably address it, or probably Monday morning. So I'll make a video probably Monday morning or sometime right when the news breaks. But just be on the lookout for that if you want to hear my thoughts on that. So Jets at Patriots. Jets are not good. I'm going to take the Patriots at home. I don't think the Patriots will lose to the Jets at home. It just doesn't happen with New England. Next time we have Panthers and Saints. Personally, I think the Saints will go to the Super Bowl. That's my NFC pick to go to the Super Bowl. But there's also a lot of other good teams that I could pick in the NFC. I don't think the Rams will go to the Super Bowl. I think they get too hyped every season since Sean McVay's been there, this is his, third season? Is this his second season? This is Shanahan's second season. Yeah, so Sean McVay's second season. I just think they get too overhyped, and I think personally that the Saints will go to the Super Bowl this year. They have an insane team, and I just don't think anybody's going to get past them. So I'm going to pick the Saints at home against the Carolina Panthers, and it's kind of funny because the Carolina Panthers started out 6-2, and now they're just doing terrible. They've lost what's their record now? 6-9, 6-8, 6-8 and I don't even know if they have a tie, but starting out 6-2 and you lose every game since, and now you're not in the playoffs. That's tough for Carolina Panthers fans. So, man, but I'm gonna pick the Saints at home. I just don't think anybody's gonna get past them from here on out. So, next game we have is the Jaguars and Texans. Now, I heard if the Jaguars beat the Texans and then the Colts beat the Titans, I think the Colts can win that division. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Colts can win that division if the Texans end up getting upsetted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know. But I'm going to say that the Jaguars do not win this game. I'm going to say Texans win it by a big margin. Next game we have is the Cowboys at Giants. This is a classic rivalry. But the Cowboys are rolling. The Cowboys' defense is very, very good. They finally started clicking towards the end of the season. So I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys in this one. Next time we have is the Falcons at Buccaneers. I heard Dirk Coetter or Dirk Coder or Coetter, however you pronounce the Buccaneers head coach's name. I'm pretty sure it's Dirk Coetter or something, or Dirk Ketter or something like that. But I heard he could possibly be on the hot seat as well to be fired from the Buccaneers. And when all these coaches get fired and everything, and there's breaking news and stuff like that, I'm going to cover it on this channel. Every single time there's a firing of some sort, or there's a hiring, a trade, a release, I'm always going to cover it on this channel. But Buccaneers, just not a good team. They started out pretty good. Beat the Saints, blew the Saints out, put like 48 on the board up against. I don't know if they blew them out because I think the Saints started kind of rallying back up. They were kind of rallying back, but started out very, very hot. The Fitzmagic and Deshaun Jackson connection was cooking in the beginning of the season, and then it just spiraled downhill. So I don't think Jameis Winston's the answer for the Buccaneers either, personally. I think he's terrible. But I'm going to take the Falcons in this one. It's in Tampa Bay as well. Next game, we have the Raiders at Chiefs. Raiders just came off a win against the Denver Broncos, but that's not going to stop me from picking them against the Chiefs. So I'm going to take the Chiefs at home. Now, next one is Cardinals and the Seahawks. I'm going to take... I thought somebody was in my room. Anyways, the Cardinals at Seahawks. Seahawks just beat the Chiefs, and it's in Seattle too, so I'm not picking against Seattle in Seattle. As much as I hate the Seahawks, I'm not going to pick them against... I'm not going to pick the Cardinals in Seattle. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to take the Seahawks by a very big margin in this game. Next game, we have my 49ers at the Rams. I think I made a video previewing that game tomorrow. It's my recent video. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts and who I think is going to win that game, I'm going to say it again, but click that video if you guys want to hear me preview that game and talk about players to watch and all that. So that'll be my recent video on the channel. It's the 49ers at Rams Week 17 preview. But I'm going to take the Rams in this one. They're playing in LA too. Even though Todd Gurley's out, I'm not going to pick against the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams in this one. Chargers at Broncos. Broncos are not good with Vance Joseph. I personally think he'll also be on the hot seat. I think he already is on the hot seat, and I personally think he'll get fired by the Denver Broncos. But Chargers, I think Chargers will beat the Broncos by a pretty big margin in that game as well. Next game, we have the Bears at Vikings. Now, this is a very big game for the Eagles. Not just for the Bears, but for the Eagles. This is why. If the Bears beat the Vikings, the Eagles will... Well, if the Eagles beat the Redskins and then the Bears beat the Vikings, the Eagles will get into the playoffs. But if the Eagles beat the Redskins and the Vikings beat the Bears, they're not in the playoffs. Or it could just go terrible and the Redskins beat the Eagles, upset the Eagles, and then the Vikings beat the Bears. But if the Bears beat the Vikings and the Eagles beat the Redskins, I think that I do know that the Eagles are in. If the Bears beat the Vikings and the Eagles beat the Redskins, I know that the Eagles will be in. I think I said the Bears, but I think the Eagles will be... I know the Eagles will be in the playoffs if that happens, in that scenario. So for this game coming up next, this is a very big game. This is a very big game for not even the Browns, Ravens, but for the Steelers. So Browns at Ravens. And whoever wins this game can win the AFC North, I believe. Actually, if the Browns beat the Ravens, that'll help out the Steelers to get into a playoff spot. But I think if the Browns end up beating the Ravens, I think the Browns can win that division. It's crazy to think about. Everybody talked about how bad the Browns were and all that, but I have to give the Cleveland Browns credit. They have a quarterback of the future, and firing Hugh Jackson was also a good move as well. So if they get a good head coach in there, maybe keep Greg Williams, who they have as their intermediate head coach before Hugh Jackson got fired. But I think the Browns, if they get a right coach, they can win football games, and they can be a playoff team next year. But the Browns at Ravens, that Ravens defense is something else, and I just don't see the Browns going into Baltimore and beating the Ravens. Now, I'd be very shocked if that happened, but at the same time, I kind of wouldn't be surprised because of how the Browns have played all season, away and at home. So in this game, I'm gonna pick the Ravens in this game, and I'm gonna take the Ravens. If the Ravens beat the Browns, they end up clinching the division and winning the AFC North. So I'm gonna pick the Ravens in that one. And then the next game, we have the Eagles and Redskins. Oh, I didn't even say my pick on the Bears and Vikings. I completely spaced that. Um, but personally, it's in Minnesota. And man, this is a very hard. This is probably gonna be a game to watch. Although I have to work, I'll miss it. Um, Dang, man, this is a 50-50 game because really, it's if it was at the Bears, I'd 100% pick the Bears. Like, it wouldn't even be a question. But I'm kind of double. I picked the Bears to. I kind of went over it and I kind of, you know, thought the Bears were going to win, but it's in Minnesota. Um, Shoot, man, this is hard. I'm gonna pick the Bears. Screw it. I'm just gonna pick the Bears. Screw it. Well, I'm gonna pick the Vikings. No. Okay, the Bears. The Bears are gonna win this game. It's gonna be very close though. I think it'll be off of a game-winning field goal or by a couple points. But I think the Bears will win that game. And then the Eagles and Redskins. I'm gonna pick the Eagles to win that game as well because I do not believe in Colt McCoy got hurt and now they're starting Mark Sanchez. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. But no, Eagles are gonna win this game. And then I think that, considering from my picks and my predictions, from the Bears beating the Vikings and the Eagles beating the Redskins, I think that the Eagles will get into the NFC and get a playoff spot. So, next game we have up is the Bengals and Steelers. I'm gonna go for the upset. I'm gonna pick the Bengals over the Steelers. I'm gonna say the Steelers missed the playoffs. Personally, I think the Bengals, Andy Dalton out or not, I'm gonna pick the Bengals to win this game. Actually, oh man, I want to switch my pick. Actually, I'm gonna take the Steelers over the Bengals. No, screw it. I'm gonna take the Bengals over the Steelers. Screw it. And next game we have. This is a very, very big game. Colts and Titans. This is a win or go home situation. If the Colts end up beating the Titans, the Colts are in the playoffs. If they end up losing to the Titans are into the playoffs, and it's in Tennessee. I don't think that the Titans are a very good team. They are a good team, but I don't think they're good. I think they're a mediocre team. And I'm not sure how I feel about Marcus Mariota either. But considering that fact, I'm going to have to take the Colts over the Titans. I'm going to say the Colts get into the playoffs. And considering my pick against the Texans, I say the Texans win the division and the Colts get into the playoffs either way. But that being said, that's my Week 17 picks. Week 17 NFL season picks. All the games start tomorrow. And I'll tell you one thing: the games that are gonna be good to watch are gonna be the Bears and Vikings, Colts and Titans, and that's about it. The Browns and Ravens, Colts and Titans, and the Bears and Vikings are probably gonna be the top-notch games to watch, and Colts and Titans is a Sunday night football game as well, so that'll be a good Sunday night game. But either way, that's going to wrap it up for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I haven't really did these picks all season long. I kind of got just unmotivated to watch football after Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL because I was just so sick and so... Oh, it was bad. I was just so depressed. But either way, I'm going to start doing these, especially next season and stuff, and from here on out into the playoffs, I'm going to be doing my playoff predictions as well. What teams are going to, beat this team in the playoffs. What teams are going to advance the NFC Championship, the AFC Championship. What teams I think are going to go to the Super Bowl. All that will be coming soon once we head into the postseason. But, anyways, that's going to wrap up the video. If you guys are watching this video, make sure you guys subscribe down below. And with that being said, go Niners.